Guys, welcome to part 1 of how to catch carp. In this episode we'll talk about tying the basic hair rig. I like to use Corda's Basics coated hook link 18-pound test, but you can substitute your choice of fluorocarbon, braid, mono, whatever. Cut about 18 inches to start, and for the coated braid you have to strip off about 4 inches from one end to use as the hair. We'll explain what that is later. Here I'm using a stripping tool, but you could probably just use your nails as well. I'll put links to all the components I'm using in the description. If you're not using a coated hook link, you want to find a pound test that is strong enough to land the fish you want, obviously, but not so stiff that the hair portion of this rig doesn't move naturally in the water. But you also don't want it too supple that it tangles on itself. You might have to experiment a little to see what works best for you. At the end of the hair rig, go ahead and tie a small loop. Try and make the loop as small as you can. You'll see why later. This is probably the most fiddly part, as they say in the UK, to tying this rig, because I don't have the most nimble fingers, as you can see. Okay, once you got your loop tied, go ahead and trim the tag end. Now that you have a loop on the end of your hair, it's time to tie it to the hook using a knotless knot. I like to use a size 4 or 6 size hook. Put the tag end of the rig through the rear eyelet of the hook as shown. Pull it through, and you're going to measure off the length of the hair itself, about 1 inch or so from the bottom of the hook. This depends on the size of the bait you like to use. Once that's set, go ahead and wrap it clockwise 6 times around the top of the shank of the hook, and then pass it through the rear eyelet as you did in the beginning. This is important to keep the hook at the right angle when the fish takes the bait into their mouth. Snug it up. I like to use a knot puller instead of getting a hook stabbed in my finger. Been there, done that. There you go, a nearly completed hair rig. Just a couple more steps to go. On the other end, tie a bigger loop using an overhand knot. This is what will attach to a quick swivel on your main line. The overall length of the rig is up to you. Some people like it shorter, 3 to 4 inches, so that it's a quicker hook set. Others like it a little bit longer, 6 to 8 inches, so that there's more time for the carp to swallow the bait before he realizes that he's hooked. Go ahead and use a set of knot pullers again to snug it up. Don't pull so hard that you snap off, of course. Go ahead and trim off the tag end. Yay, you made it to the last step. All that needs to be done now is to take this short piece of tubing, place it over the loop that attaches to the quick swivel. We'll do this using what is called a baiting needle, which also comes in handy for putting bait on the hair rig later. So basically, you put the tubing over the needle, then you loop the end onto it and slide it over. It's that easy. We'll explain more about how to use this in the next video. And just like that, you're done. This rig will increase your hookup rate compared to just a hook by itself. In part 2, we'll show you how to connect the rest of these components to the hair rig and to your main line. Until then, we'll catch you next time. Thanks for watching.